Out with ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. So my first video with my new setup. If you saw the last video that I just did about my newly reorganized space, and I've got to say, having all this space, and even off camera there's lots of space to the side of me, just makes me feel like I can breathe. So what I'm going to show you today is my Christmas present to myself. So I always, every year, treat myself at Christmas to a deck that I work more or less exclusively with through the New Year period, through January. And this deck in particular is the Serpent and the Peacock Tarot by Libra Moon. You can buy the deck on its own and the guidebook on its own, or you can buy them both together, and you get a reduction in price if you buy the book with the deck. I think it's, from memory, I think it was $9 cheaper to buy the both. Now, I ordered this on the 11th of December in the hopes that it would come in time for Christmas. It was quite hopeful of me with Christmas mail and everything. And it did arrive in the UK on the 23rd, but for some reason it's taken a while to get from Heathrow Airport to it comes in a tin as well. I've got to mention that. It took a while to get from Terminal 2 at Heathrow Airport to arrive, and it's arrived today. So let me make sure I'm not getting too much glare on this. Now, I saw this deck on Nancy Rose's channel, and I just love Nancy. And she's very, I'm not going to say very particular, but she says herself that she is, very mindful now of the decks that she chooses, and she's more selective when it comes to ordering decks. So when she spoke about this, and she did a VR to my top 5 decks of 2020, and she included this in the video, I was intrigued, especially hearing her talk about this deck. And when I saw some of the images, wow, I was blown away by it. And at the time I thought, no, I'm not going to order it, because ordering from the States, customs, shipping, everything else. I'm pleased to say, by the way, I haven't been charged customs. I'm not quite sure, but sometimes they slip through, other times they don't, but I haven't been charged customs for it. But it was one of those decks where the images were staying with me, and I went and found her original walkthrough, and I must have watched it 3 times, and I think I left a comment saying, this deck is really, really speaking to me, and I just need to order it. So it is a medieval interpretation, as it says here, a medieval interpretation of the traditional tarot, the Serpent and the Peacock, and it just looks amazing. I love what they've done here. The company's Libra Moon, and you've got the Libra symbol there and the moon, and this is the guidebook that you can buy with it. It is gorgeous. It has the rose petal finish. It has that rubbery, almost skin feel, which makes the colours just really vivid and stand out. So let's have a look what you get in the book. So Serpent and the Peacock Tarot Guidebook, written by Libra Moon, Astrology and Tarot. And there's some links. And if you have a look in the blurb below, you will see I've put links to where you can get this. It was created this year. I was just checking then. We haven't had New Year yet, so we are still in 2020. I think today, is it the 30th today? Yeah, so we've got one more day left of 2020. So it's fairly new. We have the Minor Arcana, each suits cups, pentacles, swords, wands, and then the Major Arcana. So it does start with the Minor Arcana, and you get a full colour rendition of the card. So here we can see it's the Ace of Cups. I love that they're using Pixi's font. If not Pixi's font, then a very good imitation of it. You get some keywords, so Ace of Cups is new beginnings, a new love affair, an outpouring of emotion, good news, a pregnancy or engagement. And then you get a write-up about the card. The Ace of Cups can represent the start of a new love affair or something that triggers a new outpouring of feelings and emotion, etc. And then you get the reversed meanings here. And that goes through every card. Just look at the images. Aren't they just beautiful? So that goes all the way through until we get to the Major Arcana on page 116. And we have our Fool here. And it goes all the way to the end. So there's nothing extra in terms of, you know, history of the tarot. But I mean, I've got so many books that do that anyway, so that's not a problem. I don't need more spreads. I just want, you know, with a deck that's got quite unusual artwork, I want a book where I can just flick to the card and have a read about it. So it's a pretty basic book, but it is beautifully, beautifully presented. So let's have a look at the cards. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. And just make sure this cloth doesn't crease up. So, as I said, it doesn't come in a box, it comes in a tin, and I'm thrilled with that. I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This is my 18th tinned deck now. And when I get favourite tarots anyway, decks that I really want to keep, I go to Make Playing Cards, and this looks like exactly the same. You know, it's printed directly onto the lid, and I get tins for them. They're great to store your decks in. They stand up. I put the wrong one back. They stand up on your shelf. They can be stacked on top of each other. I tend not to do that though, because I don't want to scratch the print. But yeah, really, really nice. You get this little, I guess it's like an advertisement card. I love this. Really love this. Just look at that. There's the sun with the crescent moon. There's the Libra symbol there. I'm Libra, by the way. And that would just make an amazing tattoo. Isn't that beautiful? So it says the Serpent and the Peacock, a medieval interpretation of the traditional 78 card deck. Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, Wands, Swords, Cups, Pentacles. And then it says a complete guidebook coming soon, which we have now. So, and you can get readings from them. Who knew? So LibraMoonTarot.com, readings available. So that's interesting to know. So these are the cards. I forgot that they were gilded, and that is a beautiful, beautiful gold gilding. I don't know if you can see, but rather than a kind of solid gold, it is a sparkly gold gilded edges, which is just beautiful. These are the backs, which is the same as the back on the book, which is really nice. I love the colours. Really love the colours. Cardstock is really good, actually. That's a nice cardstock. Very flexible. Not too thick, not too thin. But yeah, and we're starting with the World. Are these in order? Judgment, they just go down. So I'm going to organize them into the way that I like to organize my decks and do walkthroughs, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've put them into order. So yeah, having put them into order, I've seen all of the images, and this deck is a thing of beauty. It really is. I'm so excited to be working with this through the month of January. So here we have our Fool, the Magician. The artwork is so different as well. There is lots of kind of different art styles between the cards. I'm wondering if perhaps more, and the reason why it's by Libra Moon, I'm wondering if perhaps more than one artist was involved in the creation of this deck. But it's a deep deck, it requires work, but I love it. And I love how we've got a more traditional type of font as well, because that really makes it for me. But look how beautiful this medieval artwork is. I love this sort of communication between higher self and, well, a spiritual self and an earthly self, perhaps. Beautiful Lovers card. I love the cracked paint effect in the card. Beautiful Strength. Strength comes in the 8 position, like the RWS. Look at that for a Hermit card. Little guy twisted her eyes like a jolly green giant. Yeah, as you can see, it's not the exact same font. If I show you the Wheel of Fortune from Pixie's deck, it'll probably be the hardest card to find now, or the one that's right at the bottom of the deck. And I'm nearly at the bottom. Oh, here we go. So it's a good, maybe it is, I'm not, I think it's a good copy of it, and it looks very close, but it could be a scan of the font, but I think it looks to me like it's been recreated. Justice, let's check out Justice. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that card. The artwork is just absolutely stunning. Really beautiful. It's gonna be another one that's gonna be right at the bottom. Why does this always, I think the law of average would put a card at the top each time that we do this. And I'm not going to do it on any more. Here we go. It's very, very close. It could, oh, I'm not sure. It could be. If it's not a scan, then they've done an excellent job in recreating it. Excellent job. Look at the Hanged Man. Love this. He's actually pulling apart his mouth and sticking out his tongue. Death is fantastic. Look at this. Wow. I like the old kind of scroll effect through it as well. We have the RWS black flag with the white rose. Temperance. Now look at that for the devil. Wow. And this face here in the belly, and then spewing out this man, this figure. Tower. Look at the star card. That's beautiful. I love faces in moons and suns. I think this is incredible. This is like something out of the Deck of the Bastard. And the sun. We also have the moon going down into the water here, look. Wow. And then we have Judgment. Like we have some stigmata happening here. The world. Wow. Okay, then we have our cups. Beautiful. Look at this figure here. Let's see what the book says. What does the book say? Let me find the cups and we'll have a look at this one so you get an idea about what you get with the book. So here we have the book and it says keywords: a meeting of two lovers, the start of a new relationship, two people coming together, reconciliation. I'm interested in this skeleton figure here in the foreground. This looks like the tree of it's Adam and Eve, isn't it? And the tree with the serpent wrapped around, the cherubim. So it says, the two of any suit is a coming together of two situations, people or energies, and the two of cups can represent the coming together of two people to form a new affair of the heart. A connecting of two hearts, so to speak, indicating a new romance. This doesn't just need to be the coming together of a love interest, as it might be a new friendship or going into a partnership with someone. This is the coming together of two, as in two people to make one relationship, friendship or partnership. This can also be the start of something new, but also the reconciliation of two people that have been separated but have come back together again. Because the cups rule the heart and emotions, this is usually the coming together of two people or two different emotional states within yourself. This card doesn't speak to what will happen in the long term, and more that this is the act of coming together. Let me read that a bit again. This card doesn't speak to what will happen in the long term, and more that this is the act of coming together. That doesn't really make sense. This card doesn't speak to what will happen in the long term, and more that this is the act of coming together. Okay. It doesn't really describe the scene. That's a shame. I would really like the book to have given an interpretation of the scene. So telling us what's been depicted and why. It just kind of gives you a general meaning of you know, the Two of Cups, which is a shame. I would have liked that. But the deck is beautiful. The deck is really stunning. Oops. And even the minors are just wonderful. So it kind of follows the RWS system, as you can see. And I thought that with having strength as the number 8. Wow. Love that. Kind of reminds me of the Tower of the Holy Light. A lot of the artwork from that deck. 10 of Cups. So we have Knight and then Page for some reason. Never mind. But I am going to swap them. So I'm a bit OCD like that. Look at this. The face in the torso. It's headless. Wart. And here's our Knight. The Queen. Beautiful. And the King of Cups. And then we have our wands. Here's the Ace, this beautiful owl. Oh. 2. Oh, this is so beautiful. And so unusual. I don't think I have another deck like this. I don't think. Wow, he's being lifted by this demon type creature. It must have just been me who put the courts in the wrong order. Look at this. Whatever that is. We have a female knight, which is great to see. Queen. And the King. And then we have our swords. I like the fact that there's just Roman numerals, there's no other titles, so we get to see a lot of the art. There's something quite Deviant Moon about it as well. Excellent deck. Yet very traditional as well with the RWS. In some cards, not all of them. There are nods here and there. Page of Swords. The Knight. have our final suit, which is the Pentacles. Oh, wow. I love this. Wow. There's lots of images with faces in torsos or bellies and or out the backs of people. Lots of half human, half animal. There's our page. So there we have it. What a beautiful, beautiful deck. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, and I've not seen much about it at all. So the Serpent and the Peacock Tarot, and it's by Libra Moon. The information is below. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. It is an unusual deck. I don't think it's going to be to everybody's taste, but it's just incredible, and I'm really excited to be working with it. So thank you, Nancy, for showing this and putting it on my radar and speaking about it so positively. Watching your walkthrough of it was really infectious. So yeah. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.